Alright, welcome back to the Odryssian Kingdom campaign. This is episode 40, which is a bit wild to me. Anyway, at the end of the last episode, I shared a couple of thoughts about, future campaigns I'm going to do. I don't know if everyone's going to watch it that far, so I'll repeat that conversation real quick. So this campaign has gone pretty far. I don't know if the couple of people who are still watching it are interested in me uploading more of it, or if you guys would rather just see me transition into the Pergamon campaign. So let me know in the comments whether you would like to see more of this campaign, or whether you would like me to kind of just leave it off as is and start playing a Pergamon campaign. And given that this episode will, I think at the time of recording this, it'll still probably be another week and a half, maybe even 2 weeks before I get this uploaded. Probably not 2 weeks, but we've definitely got a little time before this one gets uploaded. So in the meantime, I will continue recording extra episodes of this, and I'll upload whatever I record, and we will just go from there. In any case, let's go ahead and let you guys patrol for the end turn just to get a little bit of extra money. In any case, we are finally going on the offensive against Carthage. And it will be nice to get rid of them. One of the problems with Carthage and Rome is, seems like once you go to war with them, you can't get peace for any longer than maybe a turn or two. I have never ever been able to get peace with Rome after starting a war with them. In my Roman campaign, I did manage to get peace with Carthage, but they declared war on me like 2 turns after. So, obviously it didn't last very long. Now, let's see, I need to get loyalty boosted for the Moesi nobles, but I'd like to send this power-hungry woman on a mission first, just to get the Empire maintenance reduction. We'll go ahead and send her to Kevkazos, why not? And then we'll wait a turn, because if we were to send someone else, let's see, I don't know exactly how much that cost us, but if we were to send someone else this turn, it just starts to increase the cost more and more rapidly. Do we have any generals that are just like super old that we can replace? Probably not. Let's check over here, because now that I have, okay, we can probably replace this guy. Now that I have quite a few family members coming of age, I can start to have more armies controlled by my family instead of the other factions. So let's go ahead and actually start transitioning these guys into generals. Naked fanatic, okay. Alright, so Pitos is going to... Wait a minute, didn't I already do something here? Or did I do it here? Whatever. Pitos is going to be our next general. This guy can still hang out as a general for a while, because he's only in his 50s. And we are going to have some disadvantage, because we're losing the minus 12% upkeep cost. We're losing all of these bonuses. Nope, not recruit, but I would rather get my family in charge of all the armies, because then on the off chance that there's a secession, I should control all of the military forces instead of losing them. Let's see, now what was the dude's name? Pitos? Pytos? P something or other, this guy. Okay. Barbarians tend to have very good cavalry, so I would like good cavalry to match it. You know what, while we're at it, why don't we check that other general, see where he is. So he's actually an admiral. He's not an admiral. He's... what? Oh, that's weird. I assumed that these light blue ones were naval. They're obviously not naval skills. Alright, well, let's replace him with this guy. Tattooed madman? That sounds about right for our faction. Alright, Sitalke, some shit or other. Alright, so you can see we're obviously taking quite a hit to our income, but once we get our own generals in charge, things will be better. Because I do want to transition to an empire soon. Alright, let's end this turn. Crap. Well, if I retreat, my fleets may not retreat the same direction, and that could get them killed without a chance. If I stay and fight this, I can probably win, but the losses will be catastrophic. But I'd rather not fight it, to be frank.
Retreat!
So let's just hope our guys retreat the same direction, because I'm sure they'll have the movement range to chase us.
Turnabout!
Come on, go over there. Okay, don't chase me, don't chase me.
We are a mighty people, well versed in the use.
World looks a little weird when it's upside down. Okay, we're now at war with Galatia. Our income will continue going down as we recruit that extra army out in the east. I'm pretty confident we can afford it. Thankfully, Carthage did not chase me. You know what, let's just go ahead and fall back. I don't necessarily need the fleets on the front right now, so let's just fall back. It drives me absolutely crazy that their one fleet outmatches two of ours in balance of power. It drives me crazy. Okay, Grumpy's Guard is looking to take on Hanno's Navigators soon. But I want some reinforcements because I'm going to need a lot of cavalry to deal with this. How did you guys do for replenishment? Nearly back up to full strength. We're just going to go ahead and send you back in. I don't like to send my armies in when they're not at full strength, but they're close enough. Oh, I've sent that army way too far, haven't I? I thought I selected the wrong army, because Funky's Fieldman has way more movement range than the Heralds of Death. So I thought this was Funky's Fieldmen, and I'd sent them out of range of the other guys, so they couldn't be reinforced. Alright, let's go here and see what the battle looks like. looks pretty even. They basically just have hoplites, a couple of units of cavalry, and then the artillery. So their real killers here are the artillery. Those have the potential to get, I don't know, 300 kills each. So, this army does have the cataphracts. What would we be getting if we brought these guys in as well? Basically just a more solid front line. What would the numbers look like if we took this fight? Oh, it doesn't. Okay, there's the numbers. So let's see, they would have 4,200, 4,300 versus our 35. I do have pikes, so my front line should be able to hold just fine against all of these hoplites. I definitely out-cavalry them. I just don't want to take a lot of casualties because we're getting to the point where replenishment is actually going to be a huge issue. You know what, even instead of taking attrition, we'll go ahead and just drop back out of that. If we have enough to raid, we'll raid, but we don't, so that's okay. We'll take Panormos next turn. I'm going to keep an army here so that they can't just take Syracuse back. Although that said, if I popped out of range of the settlement, they might take it back, and then I could just instantly kill one of their fleets. Because I love killing their fleets with my land armies. It makes life way easier. In the meantime, let's check out what the balance of power would look like over here. I kind of expected it to be that bad because we just don't have the missiles or the cavalry to deal with that fleet. Oh, and we can't raid because the zone of control of that city is too far. Alright, let's actually stay out of range of reinforcing this and see if their fleet gets stupid and attacks it. Because if their fleet attacks, you know what, there's no way they would, right? Yeah, there's no way the AI is going to attack this with one fleet. They may attack it with two, though. And that actually has the potential to be a fun battle. And I'm pretty confident I could win with what's here. I have a decent amount of cavalry. That's just so many archers to deal with, man. So many bloody archers. Well, we'll see how we go. In the meantime, public order looks just fine, but I am all about getting rid of banditry. These guys can keep moving forward.
Ready for battle. Thirsty for battle. Ready for orders.
Oh, I can't go take that, never mind. You guys just stay here and keep replenishing.
Stragglers will be left behind.
They shouldn't have anything in range here, so we can go ahead and patrol without worry.
Thirsty for battle.
You guys just get to sit still for now. What research did was it this that I just finished? Yeah, it might have been that research. Alright, our economy is starting to need a boost, so let's go ahead and get into this, allowing us to build tier 4 regional capitals in our smaller cities. And that should help boost our income quite a bit. In the meantime, I can raise my taxes if I need to. I'm just hoping that I don't need to. I don't like that you guys are just sitting right here by my army. can you just, like, go away? Okay, they're not in my territory, so I don't care about them right now. Let's see, I gotta check the diplomatic situation down here a little more closely. These guys are still at war with Pergamon, so unfortunately it is likely that they will declare war on me again soon. These guys are military allies with Dura, so when I declare war on them, I will also be declaring war on Dura. Kidri Confederation's at war with... Man, Pergamon, why'd you have to piss so many people off? Okay, we did end up at war with Galatia. We are at war with these guys. Still at war with Parthia.
In time, two things
I'm gonna say they're not
always
gonna want peace. I'm never paying these guys for
You
peace
have
ever
my
again
attention.
because they just stole my money last time. I wonder if Galatia would allow peace.
Let
No.
me hear your talk.
What about these
Welcome.
guys?
Speak.
Of course not.
Am I always to be disturbed
They
by
actually do
foreigners?
want peace, but
If it is
I'm not
arms you want,
feeling very threatened by them, so I'm not actually going to pursue that. I can finally trade with
Greetings,
Massalia
friend.
again,
Greetings.
so
Will
let's
you have
definitely
my
do that.
Fine olives. Your work.
Egypt, why do you no longer like me? Treaties with Pergamon. Alright, well, it is what it is. I don't really care to start anything with the Seleucids, because they're at war with most of everyone out here. I think they're at war with every single faction in the East. Every single one of them. So I definitely don't want to initiate diplomacy with them.
I will listen.
These guys are friends with Pergamon, and we could trade
be
with them. Let's see if they
welcome, I
want it.
suppose.
Let's go ahead and trade with them just to get a little
Do
extra
not
money per
expect
turn.
fine words, for
Alright. Dura, not a huge threat just yet. Problem is, we just don't have our population down here yet. None of these cities have a large population base, and so fighting down here would be extremely costly. Okay, I think I would rather lose this city than this army. So I'm going to move Candy's Conquerors back over there. Go ahead and bring you guys through... How would you even say that? The name of that city? I have no idea. We'll just maximize your movement range. Now, what do we want to recruit here? Let's pick up some of these Roxolani Lancers. We'll pick up a bunch of them. And we can recruit 5 units per turn, so our extra unit... Our extra unit will go ahead and just grab these guys because they're not quite as expensive. We do need to start thinking about keeping costs down in our armies. Each army tends to cost about 5,000 gold per turn. But obviously the more armies you have, the more that's going to increase. Okay, we will get that as quickly as we can. Get this as fast as we can because we need the population boost as much as possible. So we'll start going real heavy on construction down there. Banditry is just out of control here. Oh well. We'll let things settle down here a little bit before we pursue too much more construction, because the other thing I need to do is save up to upgrade my settlement capitals to level 4. because each one of those that I do gives me a decent boost to income and population. Alright, have I already moved everyone that I need to this turn? I feel like I'm missing something. You know what, with how many casualties these guys have taken, I would actually rather just keep Carthage from attacking me. I think it could be a fun battle, but I think it's the wrong choice to leave this open for attack. Again, we'll go for the population buildings. We'll just leave that for now. Is loyalty in the clear? Okay, she is at max level. These guys only have 6 loyalty, so I should probably send her on a mission. But instead I'm going to start sending some of these politicians so I can get the Empire maintenance. Holy cow, she has a lot of authority. Cispolina is an excellent target. I thought there was somewhere else that I was looking at that would be good though. Nah, whatever, we'll go with Cispolina. And we'll end the turn there.
We are a mighty people, well versed in the use. Between friends, the gift of gold is often taken to be a sign of...
Well, that's less than ideal, but, you know, these things happen. Okay, it looks like we will definitely be at war with the Kidri Confederation soon. You guys really need to go away. Just make sure neither of these are terribly important. As expected, they are not. I wonder if these guys are even any good. I am tempted to just declare war on these guys and take them out right now, because they're annoying me.
Warriors all.
Okay, I'm going to need to boost my taxes soon as well.
Destination reached.
Oh, dude. Cataphract horse archers? I want to see if I can find any of those hybrid units that get me like spear archer units, but I guess I can't recruit them. Let's pick up some of these guys just because that sounds awesome. Holy cow, they're expensive though. Well, in this army I guess we'll go heavy on the cavalry and go with a bit of a lighter infantry force. So instead of getting our heavier swords, we'll get some light-ish swords and some spears as well. We can actually recruit an extra unit in this province. Okay. We are just about ready to declare war down here. We'll go ahead and have the spearmen start raiding.
Starting out.
Because if I can get them to declare war on me, I would rather have it go that way. I don't know why, but I would.
Move out.
Alright. I believe that is the Eastern Front managed. These guys are proving to not actually be very useful, since I haven't seen a single Parthian army move this direction. But that does not mean I'm going to disband them. It costs me a lot of money per turn, but I would rather have the security. Alright, Carthaginian Navy stayed put. So this is part of why it was good to bring a ton of extra force out here, is because that way I can sit still and secure these areas. Now the AI has made a really stupid mistake here, which frankly isn't shocking, but they've taken their army out of the settlement, which means I can attack the garrison, and since these will be reinforcing units, but it is artillery that it's fixed artillery, they won't actually be able to use it.
Ready for battle. None will escape. Let them cower before us. Ready for order. That is impossible. Get moving. Ah!
So now that we don't even have to worry about that artillery, that makes this a much more easy battle. We'll go ahead and fight in the rain, that's fine. As always, I want to fight unified. Well, I suppose it's not terribly important, but it's easier for me to micromanage when my forces are all together. My forces are in two different locations, and it's very, very hard for me to control. Go ahead and hide a mountain of cavalry up in the forest. First things first, just let the reinforcing army enter the battlefield. We're actually going to move up a little bit. I don't want the cavalry involved, but I want to move up a little bit
Our
here.
reinforcements have arrived.
Okay, let's just fast forward real quick. I'm kind of expecting them to charge out at me because of my artillery, but if they don't, then that's a good thing.
Missile infantry. Italian cavalry. Spearmen at the ready. Defensive positions. At the double. Back well. Thracian nobles.
I mean, I have so many pikes in this battle that I don't even know what to do about it.
Ready! Orders!
Whatever, let's just throw all the pikes together and let them do their thing.
Ready!
I mean, look at this nonsense. A wall of pikes that long.
Italian cavalry! Thracian cavalry! Thracian cavalry! Advance at speed! Thracian warriors! Scorpion! Thracian nobles! Move it! Ready, fighters, ready! We will pierce their hearts! Thracian warriors! Forward! Battle ready! Missile infantry at your command! Quick march!
I do kind of hope that the AI just sits still and lets me
Thracian warriors!
kind of manage my missiles however I want here.
Warriors, move out!
They actually have a lot more cavalry than I was expecting. I don't know why. I mean, I looked at what their armies had. Ooh. That could have been exciting. If I hadn't noticed that and they'd actually decided to attack me, I could have taken some pretty huge losses there. Alright, now what's the AI going to do? Are they going to charge me? Now that the reinforcements are here, let's go ahead and rotate.
Thracian Royal Cavalry! Ready for battle!
Let's rotate but stay forward just so our artillery doesn't accidentally shoot our own guys in the back.
Thracian Royal Cavalry! Scorpion!
You get to come off of fire at will and actually just stay where you are. We'll move the general out of your way.
Field artillery awaiting orders.
Okay, we are just about in position with our pikes.
Missile infantry ready.
It would be wise to pull these guys back.
Warriors ready. Forward. Thracian cavalry.
Okay, let's go ahead and put the pikes into formation.
Well, it looks like they've taken the bait.
Our hidden units have been discovered.
Let's try and charge this just to keep them from hitting our missiles. I'll actually run these guys forward to help deal with it because their shock cav should beat us.
Thracian cavalry. Thracian warriors.
They didn't get a great engagement, but I think they should be more powerful than us.
Missile infantry.
You guys, can you shoot from back here? I forgot to have this thing shooting at all. Let's just target their
One of our
general.
units has used all its ammunition.
We'll kill them all.
You guys get over there. The sooner we can deal with the cavalry, the better, as always. We really don't have much infantry support on this left side, so I'm going to move a unit of spears over here.
Move out.
You guys are shooting at the absolute wrong target.
Now. Thracian warriors.
Probably most of the deaths on this unit were friendly fire. That's a bit annoying.
Fighters advance. As you command.
They should be losing decisively. We should still take some pretty heavy losses in that engagement.
Scorpion.
Okay, this is actually a pretty stinking huge battle.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Okay, we'll give the pikes
Warriors.
some attack orders here so they can deal a little bit more damage. I need to start getting a little more aggressive so I can deal with the enemy skirmishers. They're going to deal a lot of
One
damage
of
to
our
our
units has
pikes.
used all its ammunition.
Okay, we've dealt with one unit. Time to target the next. You guys do not get to fire at will anymore. You get to shoot that. They are trying to wrap around our pikes, which isn't
Our
a
hidden
big
units
deal.
have been discovered.
Let's give these poor lads a charge from our cataphracts. Get the other three moving around. I think our front line should be fine for now. Caught them on the move. That is just a huge unit though. Okay, so we found some phalanx infantry. Let's not engage that. Let's move you guys up here to help deal with it. We'll get the Peltis going around the side. The front line is essentially entirely engaged. We have to make sure we get a charge with them. Start the Peltis moving around. Crossbows are still dealing with their
Our
targets.
hidden units have been discovered.
Man, pikes, could you just not be stupid?
We hunger for blood and battle. Kill them all, warriors. Spears.
We're actually going to take some pretty heavy losses in this fight.
Formation royal lancers. Kill them all.
Okay, you guys can start coming out around the side.
Move it.
Peltists, I've set your formation way too wide. I don't need to do that. You guys, go deal with that.
Battle ready at the eagle. Formation royal.
You guys come out here and get ready for a rear charge. You lot. Try and get up here and just kill the phalanx infantry real quick.
Our hidden units have been discovered.
You know what? Yeah, go ahead and charge them. That's okay.
Orders.
Crossbows, you've done what you need to for the most part. We didn't get a charge. Wait, did I get a charge there? I don't know. Whatever. Move these guys up to the front. I have no clue what this thing is shooting at. Ah, shit. Shoot my own dudes right in the ass. Okay, you move up to the front and start giving out some war cries. I do want to chase down as much of their armies as
One
I
of our
can.
units has used all its ammunition.
Okay, these guys are engaged. These guys have just decimated that other unit. Keep rotating around them. It's not a great firing angle for our peltists, but they'll still do fine. You guys get into that. Did I not get a charge here? Did I give a move order? That's actually going to prevent me from doing much damage there. Okay, our pikes are surviving just fine. Nothing too shocking there. Let the cavalry pull back a little bit. They should shatter any moment now. I would really like to have, like, these two armies go head to head with 220 stacks of Carthages, just in an open field battle. I would love that. We're not going to raise because we don't want to massacre the population. You know what, we don't need 2 of these. We'll keep one in the capital and just dismantle this one. Actually, how long would it take to convert it? 6 turns versus an additional 3. Doesn't this tell you how long it takes to build? I thought it did. Well, in any case, it's actually probably a lot faster to convert that, so we will actually just cancel that building and switch it over to something more economic.
Ready for battle. For the tribe. Ready for order.
Now we are seeing just how strong pikes can be,
On the move,
because I wasn't even being good with the pikes in terms of managing them, and they still barely took any damage and did huge amounts of damage. Let's see, Funky's field men. We're more focused on cavalry here. Definitely not light cavalry though. Yeah, we'll just go with the movement range bonus, why not?
thirsty for battle.
Out here, we'll chase these guys down just to get rid of them.
Move out.
Always kill the Carthaginians. Okay, and we could actually bring the Heralds of Death in here and fight that battle with Grumpy's Guard and the Heralds of Death.
Thirsty for battle.
Between a lot of pikes and a lot of hoplites, we still just wouldn't have the cavalry advantage that I want against this navy. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and play defensive for another turn.
For orders.
Capturing this has opened up much more of the Mediterranean to our line of sight. Carthage has got some good strength armies up here,
Ready for battle.
so let's ride out and meet them.
Move out. Warrior.
Got artillery up here. We're basically up to full strength
On the move, lad.
in this army. By the end of next turn they should be topped off, I think. These guys probably still need a little bit of replenishment. Nope, I suppose not, so let's move... Nope, wrong button. Let's move them towards the front as well. One of the dangers about expanding this way is basically if I don't take all of Spain, then my European expansion is going to be very difficult, because that'll be a nice long front that I have to defend. Because eventually I'm going to betray all of my allies up here. If I keep uploading this campaign at that point, who knows, but I plan on playing this campaign for that long because I'm enjoying the units. Hopefully these guys just get rid of the Seleucids soon. Did I already take care of everything out here? Looks like it. You guys... just go ahead and stay in the settlement, that's alright. Grumpy's Guard is actually back up to full strength. I thought they had lost just a couple of units, but they're back up to full now. We will keep on the defensive with the fleets, because they're not actually intended to accomplish much. I'm really annoyed that these guys took this settlement. Really annoyed about it, but whatever. Okay, they cannot reach this army, so we can afford to patrol, get that extra 200 gold per turn, or whatever it ended up being. Okay, the Boii are looking pretty dang strong right now. The Arverni have a lot of land, but I am not seeing a lot of forces from them. I'm just trying to plan future expansion over here. Because what I could do is... Well, anyway, that's a conversation for much, much later. Okay, Carthage is starting to hurt because I'm not seeing any 20 stacks from them anymore on land.
For the tribe! Ready for orders!
I would rather have Funky's field men get the replenishment than the Heralds of Death.
Thirsty for battle! Ready for battle!
Did I recruit with that other army? Yes, they... No, not the Pillagers. What the? I have 2 of the Pillagers now? What do I name this? We'll call it that for now. Not liking how that army's build is looking, but they're more of an emergency army than they are an actual fighting force. Alright, I've spent too much time messing around on this turn. Let's make sure everyone is loyal enough, and then... I mean, these guys have 0 influence anyway, so they shouldn't even be able to try and start a rebellion. Let's go ahead and get these gals up to level 5. I mean, the problem is I'm starting to not really need the public order. But we'll go ahead and go to Sikelia since we're actually occupying that province now. Come over here and try and keep an eye on what Carthage is doing and end the turn. That is excellent because it lets us deal with a fleet instantly, and they don't have any other full stacks close enough to reinforce. Let's go protective because we have the least population dying.
We are a mighty people.
Our warriors faithful.
Ah, these bastards. Well, I figured it would happen eventually.
Thirsty for battle.
Alright, let's see. I think Funky's fieldmen would be the better option. What I will do is, since this army isn't actually like a super important one, I'll let them sit back. We'll have Funky's fieldmen initiate the attack here.
Lay siege to their hovels.
And we will have Grumpy's guard reinforce.
Getting on our way. Your next
Grumpy's
command.
guard is very, very weak in terms of cavalry. But Funky's fieldmen should more than make up for that.
For the tribe.
I may actually do this fight at the beginning of the next episode. I think it'll take me a little bit longer than the time we have left in this episode. We will keep the fury of these guys, I suppose. We'll keep these guys over here, but we'll take them out of the settlement now. So now we are in control of, or rather, once we take this last city, we'll be in control of Sicily and be in a position to defend Sicily. Okay, so the guys that just attacked us fell all the way back to there. Unfortunately, we just can't reach them. I would love to eliminate them right now. When they're weakened, it should give us a better auto-resolve. I'm hesitant to get aggressive yet, though. Alright. We'll go ahead and leave our fleet where it is. Our fleets where they are for now. Now, of course, we don't quite have the movement range. Oh no, bring your army back. No, bring them back. I wanted to have this fight.
Thirsty for battle.
Alright, well, you guys go ahead and move in. Next turn is winter, so I want to move a little bit extra rather than sitting back and trying to raid. I'd like to make 100% sure I have the range to attack that next turn.
Defending our position.
Now, would I rather have Bendy's Chosen or the Spear build? I think this army might be a little bit more offensive.
Thirsty for battle. Ready for orders.
It's hard to say. Let's see.
Ready for battle.
Because our other army is basically all hoplites already. We don't need the cavalry for a siege battle.
Thirsty for battle.
Well, at this point it'll just come down to whichever one is higher level, because I'd rather
For the tribe.
use the higher level army.
Ready for orders.
Alright, so the spear build it will be.
Starting out. Your next command.
These guys can raid. That does allow for an extra turn of replenishment over here. With this army we'll go ahead and drop back just a little bit,
On the move, lads.
so we can patrol.
Damn you all.
Looking at it, I might actually be able to take out this city and this army next turn. Because I could move these guys over to here, lay siege. I could move the spear build.
Ready for orders.
Well, if I kept these guys up here, I could probably move them far enough that we could either push these guys back or fight them while they're fortified. Nah, we'll worry about that one later. Now, I hate taking this province, so we're not even going to worry about that for a while. It's just tedious to move the fleets and get the armies over there and make the attacks, and I'm just not going to bother yet. I will go ahead and end this episode here. And then the start of the next one, we're probably going to have quite a few battles in the very near future. This could actually shape up to be an enormous battle, so this one might be a lot of fun to fight.
Ready for orders.
Candy's Conquerors would have to be doing a lot of work, though, because the spearmen are not really much of an actual army. But that one could be kind of fun to fight. To be honest, I would kind of rather not get involved in a fight there yet, though. We'll just go with the tax rate. None too concerned about that army.
Ready for orders.
These guys I want to link up with the Fury. Alright, now let's see. I don't think we're quite at war with Dura yet. Holy cow, we're at war with a lot of factions. Okay, so we're not quite at war along here yet, except for these guys. And these guys are actually moving an army forward. Oh. Yikes. That army is actually a pretty substantial threat. They will probably be able to take Edessa, which, not the end of the world. Let's make sure we don't get attacked in a position that we can't defend. So let's put these guys into the settlement at Tishpa before we recruit our last couple of units. I really want to get more of these guys. I might disband some of these Roxolani Lancers. Okay, I've never gone against this faction, so I have no clue at all what's going to be useful against them. Generally speaking, pikes are a good choice always, no matter what. I could probably do with an artillery piece in this army, to be honest. I am going to get rid of one unit of these guys just to get more infantry. It's hard to win battles without a lot of infantry.
We need good fighters.
Hoo boy, there's not enough population. See, this is where we start to run into problems. So there's just not enough people in these areas for us to have proper armies. We've just basically eliminated Tushpa's entire population by recruiting it all. Alright, anyway. This episode is over. We're going to lose Edessa. I'm not going to put the Fury in there to defend it because I'd rather not risk the Fury. I'd rather be a little bit more secure when we go up against these guys, because I've never fought them before and I don't know how good they are. We'll keep the Fury down here because they have a stronger garrison to help. We will accept that Edessa is going to die, so we'll go ahead and take that money back. And from here, we will move on to the next turn.
Your generals might be the sons of... What?
Ah, come on. I thought we dealt with the banditry up here. Okay, the governor we actually need to pay attention to. Well, it really sucks to lose our income from Dacia because Dacia has a lot of money coming in. As you can see, that's hurt us pretty stinking bad. Now, fortunately, they actually elected to not attack us. I'm already getting started into the next turn. Alright, we'll end the episode here, and then we will take on all of these fresh problems. So, we will see you guys in the next one.